What's up, YouTube? I'm back. No one said anything bad about me making videos, or no one thought it was a bad idea, so I'm gonna keep doing it. You can see right now I'm in the truck driving. Got the flatbed hooked up. It's actually not mine, I'm borrowing it from a friend. You can see it, and I don't know if y'all can tell, probably not, but I have my four-wheeler loaded on there. Sorry if it's loud. Truck's loud. I don't have a microphone yet, but currently I'm on my way from West Texas, where I work, to San Antonio, Texas, and it's a straight shot down Interstate 10. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. I got off work early today. We finished up doing stuff, and I had been messaging this guy on Facebook Messenger that has a 1972 Ford F-250 bump side for sale in San Antonio. It's in pretty rough shape, but he's gonna straight trade me for my four-wheeler, which is a pretty fair trade. The truck doesn't run. My four-wheeler currently runs and drives, but it's just a little, it's a 2002 Honda 250, so it's not worth too much. It's worth about what he's asking for the truck. So got off work early, hooked up to my buddy's trailer, loaded the four-wheeler, and now I'm about 3.5 hours away from San Antonio. And this truck is, like I said, it's a 1972. Well, he has it listed on Facebook Marketplace as a 72 F-250. It's a single cab long bed, two-wheel drive, and it says that it has a 3 on the tree. In the description he typed out, it says 3 on the tree. On that, like, details that you put on the Facebook listing, it says that it's an automatic. So when we get there, we'll find out if it's a C4, a C6, a T18, or a 435. Who knows? It does have the 390 big block, or so he says. I'm currently waiting on him to send me a picture of the door tag with the VIN number. My buddy's gonna run it and decode the VIN and see what all options and everything it has. So hopefully it is actually a 390. Hopefully it's a 4-speed on the floor manual, but it's whatever. Currently doesn't run and drive, so that'll be coming up in the future videos, me working on it. And I think what I decided I'm going to do for these videos is just take little short clip videos like this throughout the week. Whatever I do after work, on days that I mess with the trucks, and some stuff on the weekends. I just make like a weekly, like some people do like a day in the life. I'll do like a week in the life. Just stuff that goes on, what we do, what we work on. Other than like big projects that I'll document. Probably like tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll probably end up start videoing my Thummins. I'm going to be pulling the front axle and the suspension out of my 2000 Thummins and start on the 2005 and up radius arm coil spring axle swap. So, but that'll be a separate video. Some of it will be in like the little weekly videos like this, but for the most part, that will have its own, probably like a 2 or 3 part video on how to do a 2005 plus radius arm swap in a Super Duty Ford. So, like I said, I got about 3.5 hours to go to San Antonio until I see this truck. Hopefully the trade goes through, because I've driven 5.5 hours for this. So when I get there, it's going to be dark. It's going to be after 9 o'clock. But I will show y'all the 1972 Ford bump side up on the trailer at a gas station whenever I pull over after I leave. So stay tuned for that. It is currently 9 o'clock the next morning. Got the truck. I don't know if y'all can see. I'll have to show y'all here in a minute. But it was definitely the most interesting deal slash trade that I've ever done. So I told y'all guys I was trading in my four-wheeler for the truck. I got there, and yesterday when I loaded my four-wheeler on the trailer, it was perfectly fine. I started it at my house and drove it up on the trailer and hit the road, and didn't think to check how much gas was in it. So I get there to meet this guy, and I unload my four-wheeler off the trailer, and it dies. And he almost didn't want to trade me after I drove 5.5 hours, because there was some fuel still in the bottom of the tank. It wasn't enough for the four-wheeler to run on, but there was still some fuel in the bottom of the tank, and he was like, it's all messed up, it's not running right like you said. Luckily there was a gas station right across the street, and I had an old jug of antifreeze coolant that was empty in the bed of my truck. So I ran over across the street, I got a gallon of gas, went and poured it in the four-wheeler, and it fired right up, ran perfectly fine. So we ended up getting the trade done. Thank God I didn't have to drive all that way for nothing. Now, as far as the truck, I knew when I saw the pictures of it on Marketplace that, like I had told y'all previously, it's in pretty rough shape, doesn't run or drive. And it's what I was expecting. It's pretty rough, but I've seen worse, and the motor's not locked up. So, but in the last time I talked to y'all, the big question was, is it a 390 like he said, and was it a 4-speed manual, you know, on the floor? Was it a 3-speed on the tree? Was it an auto? We didn't know. So it turns out he had it listed halfway correct. It is a 3-speed on the tree, which I think is kind of rare for being a 72 F-250. They kind of phased out the 3-speed on the trees years before that. So, but it is a 72, and it does have a 3-speed on the tree, so I guess maybe it was just a weird option. However, it does not have the 390 V8. It has the 360 V8, which he did try and argue with me about. He was saying, oh no, it's got the 390, and I was like, well, the VIN number decodes to it being a 360, and it has a 2-barrel carb on it. So a 390 wouldn't have a 2-barrel carb. But I could turn it over by hand, it's not locked up, so it's whatever. No AC, no power steering. It does have power brakes, drum brakes all around. Has a radio. Other than that, it's not too optioned out. It has a headliner that's there. It's a green interior, pretty rare. It's got the green dash pad. That's about it. I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see it here on the trailer a little bit. Y'all can see it a little bit on the trailer. It looks pretty rough right now because all the tires are flat. None of them hold air. The two back ones hold air a little bit. They kind of go low. The two front ones are completely off the rims. But I should be able to get a set of wheels and tires on it within a few days. And I think just having wheels and tires and maybe take it through the car wash, it'll look 1,000 times better. There's no tailgate. Oh, and it is full of trash. They pulled it straight out of a barn. Said it had been sitting in this barn for 10 years. And so I got a lot of cleaning to do. But we're almost back to West Texas. Got about 2 hours, probably right under 2 hours to go. The old second gen here is just trucking right along. Hasn't skipped a beat. 462,000 miles on it. And she's just pulling these hills out here like a train. So I'll show y'all guys me unloading it off the trailer, and I'll do a little walk around here later on. All right, so here she is, the 72 F-250, and I've already done a little bit of work to it. As y'all can see, I put some 3rd gen Dodge Laramie rims on it that I had just laying around, because it had just some stock rims with flat, just destroyed tires on it when I got it. But do a little walk around for y'all. It's full of trash right now. Still haven't cleaned it out. That's it. Still don't know what color it is. It's been repainted on the outside. Full of trash. I gotta clean it. But it is, it's that color right there originally, that color green. Let's see inside. Full of trash. So, pop the hood. I actually already got it running. I didn't get any of that on video. Sorry. But there it is. It ended up being a 360 V8. I had a spare battery laying around. Put a battery in it. Got it to crank over. Didn't have any spark. So I went to Napa to get plugs, wires, and a cap. And they didn't have all 8 plugs in stock, so I just left the plugs in it that it had. Put all the new wires, put the new cap. I had 12 volts coming into my coil, had 12 volts going out of my coil to my cap, but I didn't have any fire to my plugs. So, and I could see the condenser was sparking, or the points were sparking. So I knew the condenser was good. So I went and replaced the coil. Just since I didn't have any fire out to the plugs. Replaced the coil, poured some gas on the carburetor, and it fired right up. Put a new oil filter on it and fresh oil. Fired right up, made oil pressure. So, as you can see though, it's pretty crusty, needs a good cleanup. Radiator hoses are absolutely shot. There is still water in the radiator though. So, the story of this thing though, I used my boss's trailer to go pick it up, and I was at work today and he asked me about it, you know, wanted to see pictures of it and stuff. And so he ended up actually just buying it from me right there on the spot. So I owned this truck for a day and it is no longer mine now. Sold it to my boss. Yeah, he does want me to still build it though for him. So the whole process, this thing will still be, I'll still record it all. Y'all still see it get built. I just get paid to build it now. So I wanted a few hundred more dollars than what he wanted to give me, but we ended up settling kind of in the middle. And it's all right, because like I said, he's gonna pay me to work on it anyway, so it was all right that I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't really want to sell it either, but he was pretty persistent. But anyway, so his plans for it are 4-wheel drive swap, a flatbed, and you'll see why he wants a flatbed, because as you can see down there, that is the ground. There is no bed floor, completely rusted out. You know, it's good right here in the back, but up here in the front, it's got a shadow on it right now, but you can see down in there, it is just completely rusted out, and the tailgate's missing. So it's gonna get a brand new flatbed on it. It's gonna get a 4-wheel drive swap, transfer case. He does not want the 3 on the tree manual, so it's probably gonna get a C6 automatic. And then the whole entire cab, front clip, hood, everything
None of that is going to get bodywork or repainted. It's just going to get a patina clear coat on it. So it's going to stay looking just like this, just with a nice shiny clear coat. Like I said, 4-wheel drive swap, and it's going to go up 4 inches, 4-inch lift. It'll be leveled, and probably some nice rims and tires on it. We'll most likely get a new bumper and grill. You know, all the lights, grill, bumper, all that will probably get all replaced. The cab and front clip, though, it is all going to come off of the frame. The frame is going to get hopefully sandblasted, but if we can't, because we're out here in West Texas in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know how in detail he wants it, but I'd like to get the frame sandblasted. But if not, I'll just pressure wash it and hit it with some gloss black Rust-Oleum. And then all the, like the core support, cab bushings, all the body mounts will get replaced, all new rubber. I'm gonna probably end up replacing this one inner fender because it looks like it's been buckled real bad right here. Like maybe this thing got hit in the front or something. But see, it's all bent right here. The passenger one is real straight. Nothing wrong with it. But this driver one looks like maybe someone ran into something on this side and it buckled this inner fender. I don't know, but it's kind of messing with the hood hinge. When you go to open the hood, it kind of wants to open weirdly. So I'll probably replace this inner fender, support deal here. And but the outer fender, the actual body fender, it's gonna stay. Like I said, it's just gonna get a patina clear coat. So other than that, and I would show y'all it running right now, but the key switch doesn't work. I have to have a jumper wire, but if he's, I gotta make a list of everything and see what he says about it. But I'd like to get a wiring harness from Painless Wiring and just have a whole brand new harness, clean everything. I'd like to somewhat tear the motor apart, maybe put a new intake on it with a 4-barrel. Go through the heads, and, get the valve covers looking nice, maybe some manifolds. It'll get all new hoses, everything. So in a way, I'm kind of upset that, you know, he wanted to buy it and I sold it to him, because, you know, I wanted to mess with it. I wanted it to be a little project toy. But at the same time, now it's gonna get, you know, it'll have a kind of not an unlimited budget, but it'll have enough money thrown at it to where this thing will actually be pretty nice when it's done. Whereas if I just did it, it would stay just like this. So at least now it'll get back on the road quicker, and it'll be way nicer than how if it had my budget going at it. So, but that's it for now. Oh, like I said, it does have power brakes. It'll more than likely get a power steering swap. I'm sure he'll want power steering. I don't know about air conditioning. Hopefully he doesn't want that, because getting not even a factory, but getting any kind of aftermarket AC or anything in these is just a huge undertaking. So, but more than likely it'll get power steering too. So yeah, guys, that's it. I kind of dig the look. These 17-inch 3rd gen Laramie rims. This is like off of 03 to 07, 08, 09 Dodge, somewhere in there. Just an 8-lug. The back fit perfectly fine. The fronts, though, as you can see right here, it hits the drum brake. So, but it was just something. It was better than it was pretty much riding on the rims. Y'all can see in the little clip I put in the video before this of me unloading it off the trailer. It just had some destroyed tires on it. So, but my next thing, I'm gonna make a list of everything that I think it needs and what I would do, and him and I will get together and just start. I think he's gonna order the flatbed pretty soon. He told me to go ahead and just junk the bed that's on it. But yeah, the next thing I'll do is probably clean it out, clean all the trash out, and give it a good wash and see what we have to work with. But yeah, that's it.